I'm Anthony Reyes, the Farm Operations Lead here with 21 Acres, and today I wanted to talk a little bit about the cover crop that we have in the field. Right now we're growing a rye vetch that you're seeing in the field right now, and we're about a week and a half away from it reaching peak anthesis, which is when all of these little seed heads here, they'll be in their peak of pollen shed, and so you'll see a whole bunch of anthers coming out at this point, and at that point that's when you kill it, it's going to die and it won't have regrowth. If we were to cut it at this point, we'd be dealing with rye then as a weed coming through throughout the season, just because it's not at that milking stage. And so one of the benefits that we use the cover crops for is it's really the cornerstone to a lot of our fertilization management plan here at 21 Acres. Depending on what we're going to be growing and the time of season, we'll do a different mix of cover crop. This is sort of our classic winter mix of rye vetch. In the coming winters, we'll also be doing some oats and oat pea vetch as well, and that'll be more when we want to be getting in the season earlier. And so one of the things that we were really looking for out of the cover crop in the wintertime is to manage erosion, hold on to all those nutrients so they don't get lost during all the winter rains, condition the soil, and also feed nitrogen back into the soil. When I talk about conditioning with the rye, we're really looking at, I'll pull up one of these plants here so you can see exactly what it does for the certain aggregates of the soil. So when we're talking about developing soil structure and tilth, when we cut these and they die, all of this is sort of what we're left with. That amount of aggregation, that's going to be perfect once it breaks down in the soil, and then we're able to then go throughout the season and know that this is also going to be breaking down. One of the other good things about this is that all of this green material, this is going to be all of the biomass for our soil. So once we chop this down and incorporate it in, it's going to break down, and some of it is going to be changing into a stable form of carbon known as humus, and that's going to be one of the building blocks of our soil. And I encourage y'all to sort of follow along as we do more croppings and continue sort of the cover crop journey here, because we'll have different types of mixes. In the summertime we'll be growing some mustard. We're going to be doing some triticale, as well as some buckwheat and a whole bunch of different mixes, just to make sure that we're staying on top of our soil and making sure that we're growing as responsibly as we can.